So what we've asked each of the groups to do is we provided them with templates for what the townhomes, the flats, the play court, and the community center are, and to lay them out given their earlier work on the developable area map, and lay them all out based on the constraints that Jason laid out earlier in the program, with 12 flats, 20 townhomes, and then the roadway network and the utilities. And next we're going to have them each present their solutions.
I'm Craig Baldwin with West Sound Engineering in Port Orchard. We're Group 4, and this is Heritage Park, the greatest idea since sliced bread. We kind of started off at the north end and thought, well, flats would be a nice feature up there. So we have 8 buildings, 16 units here, and we just thought we'd have a driveway with parking right off of that. So we have the parking and the flats all in one area. We made sure this wasn't longer than 150 feet because that's an emergency vehicle turnaround criteria almost universally. And we thought, well, that just fit real well. We have a space between them so the trail system could connect out here as well as where it was originally planned. Have a bioretention swale here, which also serves as a landscape feature and signage for what we see as the main entry into the project. And then we have a series of townhouses with the driveway and parking garages along here. Behind that, a playground. We were able to minimize our impact to this wetland. Just a little bit of impact there. It's not an impervious surface. And then again with this wetland, we've cut that off and we're mitigating behind here. So behind the townhouses, we have the playground and open space. We're able to save some of these heritage trees along here. We think that one can be saved, and so the trail system comes out through the open space, crosses our driveway, comes down this way like that. So more townhouses. We have a looped system here with bioretention facility or cell, whatever you want to call it. Townhomes, a couple of more flats in here. I think we can make that fit and still save that heritage tree, but that one's questionable. Rain garden down here. Here's the clubhouse, parking for these flats and the clubhouse, basketball court behind there, and still room for some more storm drainage features if we need them for roof drainage. Probably the pervious pavement for the basketball court. We think it probably pervious pavement for all of the paved areas. Biofiltration system is part on good soil and part on not so good soil for infiltration. Envision that the overflow would probably come down this way into this feature if we needed more storm drainage mitigation. Rain garden. What we didn't show was other possible places for just roof infiltration trenches that could be behind buildings. We didn't really draw out the utilities, but they seemed logical to us that utilities can come in both these ways and follow the road system. And like sewer, it could drain out this way because this is relatively flat and it does fall away that way. So we thought utilities would just follow a logical course of access. Pedestrian access, the trails, no particular thing between here, but there's ways to get through and get to the clubhouse. And that's our project.
Hi there, my name's Kevin Abrams with Edge West. I'm actually a general contractor and somebody who works with engineers to try to make these kind of things happen. I probably won't be able to afford to live in any of these units because I have to live in an apartment after building one of these things. With that being said, take a look here. We have 2 main ingress and egress access areas there. We do have access to these townhomes off of the main road there, but our design element We're looking at marketability and making sure that our units can all get sold. And so we don't want to be looking across or have straight corridors. We want to have some aesthetic views. A couple of our LID elements here is the bioretention system right here. We're going to have all of the road circle here grade down into the bioretention. All of our parking lots are pervious pavement. Playground and sports court are up in this area, and we chose to do the basketball court here for our emergency vehicle turnaround if needed. And also in terms of construction, we don't want to really be digging too much around the wetlands area here. We did bring our trail in across the site through the bioretention and up along the back of the wetlands. Our utilities, we did provide access for utilities across the site, but also our utilities are up and down the roads. Our bioretention cells for roof runoff, we ran along the edges of the property, right here and down through here. We don't have any retention ponds, and we're counting on our LID elements to manage all of our stormwater. This is our community center, and we wanted to have some nice green area around the community center to give individuals to come have some freedom maybe from the high density over here. We did hire an arborist because we had one diseased tree, and after getting their recommendation to have it removed, we went ahead and did the removal. We did pay our bill to the arborist. They were a bit excessive, but we got it done. Other than that, all of our heritage trees stayed. And we did try to bring in new trees to help mitigate any of the clearing that happened.
Steve Downing, and I work with Kitsap County Stormwater Division, Public Works. We have our access roads in. These are the flats up here, the townhomes down in here. We tried to keep the playground and community center and basketball court kind of centrally located. Everything's connected with trails. We mitigated a little bit of the wetland area here up onto this stormwater pond up here. We have parking under each one of the units, extra parking in various locations. All the asphalt that we have is pervious pavement. We ran all our utilities underneath the roads. We're able to keep all of our heritage trees, have a green roof on our community building, have a cistern, flushing toilets. For the trees that we cut down, since this was impervious down here, we decided to make this more of a green belt, and we added a bunch of trees for the ones that we cut down. Like we said before, the ones that we cut, we ground into bark, and that's what we use to bark the trails.
Again, my name is Dan Wesley. I'm with Land Development Consultants.
I'm Dean Zavik. I'm with the City of Hillsborough.
So we came up with STOVEL GLEN development here. Our initial approach was to minimize the impervious surfaces by creating a short access loop, the one-way access loop. Majority of the parking is actually at grade but below building, so therefore minimizing additional impervious surface coverage. From there, what we did is we also isolated this and tried to create cluster development. As you can see, the buildings are definitely sporadic throughout the site and create vegetation between the various buildings. All of the impervious surfaces as we have it are permeable pavement. You'll notice an actual turnaround here in terms of a loop, but we have some redundancy to create any overflows to a bioretention area there in the middle.
7 bioretention ponds. I don't think we're going to need a centralized storm facility. And we also have some roof downspout infiltration in between some buildings.
Transporting pedestrians from playgrounds to the basketball court, just all the way through. You can see this is the brown dotted line going along the perimeter, and as well as intercepting here. Coincidentally, it looked like from previous discussion, we actually were able to arrange this utility crossing and access across the site.
If we designed this today, it would probably look a lot different, but this is an actual site that was built. It was actually, a lot of the significant trees were Oregon oaks, so they're very hard to build around, and a lot of work went into both placing the buildings on the site and moving things around to fit. And again, the strategies that we talk about, minimizing the development footprint, looking at opportunities and constraints and ways to incorporate that into the site.